The dominant ideology of our culture, wrote Rugerman, is committed to continuity and success and to the avoidance of pain, hurt, and loss, and I would add, at all costs. But the Bible knows, and we know, that such a life without pain or loss isn't possible. Our lives begin to become whole and to make sense only when we discover that the God of love and life also meets us and walks with us in the place of confusion and chaos and even death. This leads us to another decisive move of faith reflected in the scriptures. The other move we find in the Psalms, wrote Rugerman, is a move from disorientation to new orientation, where we are surprised by some new gift from God, a new coming together of things that's made known to us just when we thought all was lost. This movement in our lives includes a rush of positive responses, including delight, amazement, wonder, awe, gratitude, and thanksgiving. I mean, against all the odds, the people of Israel returned from exile to rebuild their temple. The woman who was bleeding from every pore touches just the hem of Jesus' garment and discovers faith that makes her whole. The one who was thought to be dead and gone, no hope left, is raised up again. And in the end, the power of the Roman Empire, the mighty Roman Empire, was ultimately challenged not by might or violence, but by the power of God's love revealed in the life and teaching of an unknown rabbi from Nazareth. This, too, is an expression of the reality of life in our world as seen through the eyes of faith in a time of despair, a completely unexpected message of hope in the midst of darkness, unforeseen light. So as people of faith, especially as people of progressive Christian faith, we have a message of hope to share that is desperately needed in our time. Not that everything will be okay. We know from our scriptures things can get a lot worse before they get better. We also know God can hold our confusion and despair, our lament and anger, and we can hold it for one another as well. We know the God of love and life meets us and walks with us, even in the place of loss and chaos and death. And we know that even when our lives or our life as a people seem hopeless, faith can change us and change the world with the power of love. And our gospel values call us to be the kind of patriots who love our country enough to name what's wrong with it, even when that path leads into conflict with others. You know, we've forgotten that John Winthrop's long ago image of a city on a hill was not based on military power or economic wealth, but on gospel values like mercy, love, and justice. What he actually said was, now the only way to avoid this shipwreck and to provide for our posterity is to follow the counsel of Micah, to do justly, to love mercy, to walk humbly with our God. We must entertain each other in brotherly, or I would add sisterly, affection. We must be willing to abridge ourselves of our superfluities, our abundance, for the supply of others' necessities. We must uphold a familiar commerce together in all meekness, gentleness, patience, and liberality. I don't think that means that John Winthrop was a liberal, but we could try claiming that. We must delight in each other, make others' conditions our own, rejoice together, mourn together, labor and suffer together, always having before our eyes our commission and community in the work as members of the same body. So shall we keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. That's what it meant to him to be a city on the hill. I now understand that that image of that shining city on the hill is an aspiration rather than a sure thing or a reflection of reality. It is an ideal rooted in values that are higher than love of country and run deeper than political affiliation. It's a dream for our country, really for our world, that is never completely fulfilled and always out in front of us. And it's a difficult challenge that demands great faith and hard work that often takes place in unseen corners of history. So this 4th of July, during a time when our nation's flaws may seem more evident than its gifts to you, may we remember the dream of the city on the hill and the gospel values of kindness, mercy, and justice that still shine through it.